My wife blamed me for ruining her sister's wedding because I wouldn't lie about what I saw. She demanded I sleep in the garage until I apologized. I slept there for 2 months while planning my exit. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. This happened earlier this year, and I'm still processing it. Divorce is finalized now, so I figure it's safe to tell the story. My wife Sarah and I were married for 4 years. Good years, or so I thought. We had the usual ups and downs, but nothing that seemed terminal. Her family was intense. Lots of opinions about how I should be living my life, but I dealt with it because I loved her. Then her sister Jessica got married. The wedding. Jessica's wedding was in March. Huge affair, probably 40 grand worth of flowers and string quartets and ice sculptures. Her fiancé Brad seemed like an okay guy. Little too into crypto, but hey, who am I to judge? Sarah was the maid of honor, which meant I spent most of the reception alone at our table while she did bridesmaid duties. Around 10 p.m., I went looking for the bathroom. The venue was this old converted mansion, so there were like 3 different hallways. I turned down the wrong one and heard voices. Figured I'd just head back, but then I recognized Brad's laugh. He was in a coat closet with one of the bridesmaids. Not talking. I stood there for maybe 5 seconds, completely frozen, then walked away. My brain just shut down. I didn't know what to do. Tell someone? But what if I was wrong? What if they were just talking and it looked bad? I went back to the table and drank 3 whiskeys in 20 minutes. The confession. I didn't tell Sarah that night. She was so happy, and I kept thinking maybe I'd imagined it. But it ate at me. The next morning, over coffee, I told her what I saw. She went pale. Are you absolutely sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Mike, that's... Jessica just got married. You must have seen something else. Brad wouldn't. Sarah, I know what I saw. She got quiet. Didn't bring it up again. I thought that was the end of it. 2 days later, Jessica called Sarah in hysterics. Turns out Brad had confessed. Apparently, the bridesmaid had confessed to her own boyfriend, who told Jessica. The whole thing exploded. Jessica called off the honeymoon. Within a week, she was talking annulment. I felt terrible for her. I really did. The family meeting Sarah's mom called an emergency family dinner. I thought it was to support Jessica. I was wrong. We sat down. Me, Sarah, her parents, Jessica, and Sarah's brother Tom. Jessica looked like she'd been crying for days. Sarah's mom started. We need to talk about what happened at the wedding. I nodded. It's awful. I'm so sorry, Jess. Why didn't you say something? This was from Tom. I blinked. What? You saw Brad cheating on Jessica, and you just walked away? I didn't know what to do. I was in shock. Sarah's mom leaned forward. You could have stopped it. You could have told someone right then. Instead, you let my daughter marry a cheater. The table went silent. I looked at Sarah. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Wait, I said slowly. You think this is my fault? You saw him, Tom said. And you did nothing. I told Sarah the next day. What was I supposed to do? Tackle him in the coat closet? Jessica spoke up, her voice small. I just wish someone had warned me before I married him. Jess, I'm sorry, but I didn't even know what I was seeing until it was too late. And I told Sarah immediately after. Sarah's mom shook her head. You should have done more. You failed to protect Jessica when she needed it. I stood up. I'm not apologizing for something I didn't do. Brad cheated. Brad is the problem, not me. Sarah followed me out to the car. We didn't talk the whole drive home. When we got back, I went straight to the bedroom. She followed me in. Mike, you need to understand. Understand what? That your family needs a villain, and I'm convenient. Jessica is heartbroken. My mom is devastated. Everyone is. And I'm what? Fine. You think I'm fine with being blamed for Brad sticking his tongue down someone's throat? She crossed her arms. You could have prevented it. How? By tackling him? By causing a scene at the wedding? By traveling back in time and stopping them from meeting? Don't be dramatic. I'm being dramatic? Sarah, your family just spent an hour telling me I'm responsible for your sister's failed marriage. I'm the opposite of dramatic right now. She turned away from me. Just apologize. Make this go away. By lying? By saying I failed Jessica when I didn't. By being the bigger person. I stared at her back. The bigger person. Right. She left the room. I heard her in the kitchen, slamming cabinets. The garage. An hour later, Sarah came into the living room where I was watching TV. My family is right, she said. You need to apologize to Jessica. I'm not doing that. Mike, no. I'm not apologizing for witnessing someone else's shitty behavior. That's insane. Her jaw tightened. Then you're sleeping in the garage until you do. I actually laughed. What? I'm serious. You're not sleeping in our bed until you make this right. I looked at her for a long moment. She wasn't kidding. Okay, I said. I grabbed a pillow and went to the garage. Week 1. I set up a cot we'd used for camping. Brought out my laptop, some clothes, my work stuff. The garage wasn't heated, but it was April, so it wasn't too bad yet. Sarah brought me dinner that first night. Slid it through the door like I was in prison. You ready to apologize? She asked. Nope. She left. The first night was weird. I kept waiting for her to come back out. Tell me this was crazy, that we'd work it out. She didn't. I could see the light from our bedroom window. She turned it off at 10:30, same as always. Around midnight, I heard the house door open. Sarah came out in her robe. Are you coming inside? She asked. Are you ready to admit this is insane? I'm giving you a chance to fix this. There's nothing to fix. I didn't break anything. She stared at me for a long moment. Fine. Good night, Mike. She went back inside, locked the door loud enough for me to hear it. I worked from the garage during the day. We have a pretty big detached garage, so there was space. I'd take calls, answer emails, do my job. At lunch, I'd go inside to use the bathroom and grab something to eat. Sarah would be there, not speaking to me. Once I walked in, and she was on the phone with her mom. She saw me and turned away, lowering her voice. By day 3, she stopped bringing meals. Fine by me. I started ordering delivery. The DoorDash guy thought it was weird that I had him drop food off at the garage, but he didn't ask questions. I tipped well. Week 2 and 3. I bought a space heater. A nice one. Brought out my good headphones. Started actually setting up the garage like a studio apartment. I found an old mini fridge in the basement and plugged it in. Stocked it with water and the expensive protein shakes Sarah always said were a waste of money. My coworkers started noticing something was off on Zoom calls. You okay, Mike? You look tired. I'd tell them I was fine, just remodeling the home office. Not technically a lie. Sarah came out once during week 2. This is ridiculous, she said. Yeah, it is. Just apologize to Jessica and come inside. I didn't do anything wrong. You're being stubborn. I'm being principled. There's a difference. She left, slammed the door hard enough that a screwdriver fell off the workbench. Her family started texting me. Her mom, Tom, even some cousins I barely knew. All of them saying I needed to be a man and take responsibility and stop hurting Jessica. One cousin I hadn't seen since our wedding sent me a paragraph about how marriage is about sacrifice. I didn't bother responding. I blocked most of them. The weird thing? I started sleeping better. No reality TV blaring until midnight. No calls from Sarah's mom that lasted 2 hours. No passive-aggressive comments about how I loaded the dishwasher. Just me, the hum of the space heater, and silence. Week 4 and 5. I ordered some dumbbells online. Started working out in the mornings before work. Found a yoga YouTube channel. I know, but it helped with my back. I also started sketching again. I used to draw a lot before Sarah and I got married. She always said it was a waste of time, that I should be focusing on career development or home improvement projects. But in the garage, with nothing else to do in the evenings, I pulled out an old sketchbook. Started with basic stuff. The coffee mug, the tools on the workbench, my running shoes by the door. It felt good, like finding something I'd forgotten I'd lost. Sarah checked on me during week 4. Opened the door and just stared. I was doing push-ups. You look good, she said, almost accusingly. Thanks. Mike, this is stupid. Just come inside. Did you want to apologize for how your family treated me? They were upset, so was I. Nobody cared about that. She stood there for another moment, like she wanted to say something else. Then she just closed the door. I heard her walk back to the house. By week 5, I realized I didn't miss the house. Didn't miss sharing a bed with someone who thought so little of me. The garage had become less of a punishment and more of a sanctuary. That's when I knew it was over. Month 2. I got a call from a recruiter in early May. There was an opening at a company in Denver, senior position, 30% pay increase, full relocation package. When can you interview? She asked. I looked around my garage. Tomorrow work? I did the interview on Zoom from my cot. Got a second interview 3 days later. They offered me the job the following week. I accepted without hesitation. Then I called a lawyer about separation. He asked if there was any chance of reconciliation. I thought about sleeping in a garage for 6 weeks because my wife chose her family's blame over basic logic. No, I said. No chance. The plan. I started moving things to a storage unit. Did it during the day while Sarah was at work. Important documents, my books, some furniture I'd brought into the marriage. I took photos of everything, kept records. The lawyer said to document it all. I found an apartment in Denver online. Signed the lease remotely. Booked a one-way flight for June 3rd. Sarah had no idea. By the end of week 7, the only things I had left in the garage were the cot, the space heater, and a single change of clothes. Jessica actually called me during week 8. She was crying. "Mike, I'm so sorry," she said. "I never wanted this. I told Sarah to stop, but she won't listen to Mom, and Mom won't let it go." "It's okay, Jess. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong. Brad did. I'm getting the annulment finalized and I'm sorry. I told them at dinner that night that this wasn't your fault. I said it multiple times. But Mom kept saying you should have done more, and Tom agreed. And then Sarah just went along with it." "When did you apologize to me?" 3 weeks ago. I called you, remember? I said I understood you were in an impossible position. I did remember. Yeah, you did. Have you told Sarah? No. Why not? Because it wouldn't matter. She's made her choice. Jessica was quiet for a moment. "I think you should leave her, Mike." "This isn't right. None of this is right. I appreciate you saying that. Are you really still in the garage?" "Yep. That's insane. You should leave her." I didn't tell her I already had. Moving day. June 3rd was a Saturday. Sarah had her standing yoga class at 9 a.m. She'd be gone for 2 hours. The movers showed up at 9:15. I'd hired them the week before. They loaded the last of my things, the cot, the heater, a few boxes I'd kept in the garage. Took them 20 minutes. One of the guys looked at the setup and said, "You been living out here, man?" I just nodded. He didn't ask anything else. I did a final walkthrough. Made sure everything was clean. Unplugged everything. Made the cot one last time, hospital corners, just to be petty. I left my house key on the workbench. No note. No explanation. I drove to the airport. Dropped the car in long-term parking even though I knew I'd never come back for it. I'd deal with it later. The aftermath. Sarah called me at 11:30 a.m. I was at my gate. I didn't answer. She called 6 more times. Then the text started. "Sarah, where are you? Sarah, your stuff is gone, Sarah. Mike, Sarah. Are you fucking serious right now, Sarah? You can't just leave, Sarah? We need to talk about this, Sarah. Please call me." I turned off my phone. When I landed in Denver, I had 43 missed calls and too many texts to count. I read through them. They went from angry to confused to panicked. "Sarah, where the fuck are you, Sarah? Your car isn't in the driveway, Sarah. This isn't funny, Sarah. Mom says I should call the police, Sarah. Did you go to your brother's? Sarah, answer me, Sarah. Okay, I'm worried now. Are you okay? Sarah, Mike, please just tell me you're safe, Sarah. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Please come home." The last one said, "Please. I'm sorry. Come home. We can fix this." I replied once. Me. I actually did apologize to Jessica. 3 weeks ago. She understood I was in a no-win situation. You chose to believe I was the villain. I'm done defending myself. Lawyer will be in touch. I blocked her number after that. The fallout, her family lost their minds. Her mom called from different numbers. Tom found my email. Even some of Jessica's friends reached out on Sarah's behalf. The common theme. You can't just abandon your marriage. But I didn't abandon it. I slept in a garage for 2 months while my wife punished me for being a witness to someone else's infidelity. That's when the marriage ended. I just made it official. Jessica was the only one who got it. She sent me a long apology email. Said she tried to tell Sarah to stop, that she'd told her mom I wasn't to blame, but no one would listen. She's doing okay now. Annulment went through. She's in therapy. The divorce was finalized in September. Sarah tried to claim I abandoned her, but my documentation helped. Photos of the garage setup, records of me paying bills from the garage, texts where she explicitly banished me there. The judge wasn't impressed with her. 6 months later. I'm writing this from my apartment in Denver. Big windows, mountain views, no garage. The job is great. I've made friends. Started dating someone casually, nothing serious yet, but it's nice. I draw every evening now. Even sold a few pieces online. Sarah posted something on Instagram last week about knowing your worth and not accepting mistreatment. The irony is not lost on me. Jessica and I still text occasionally. She's doing better. Started seeing someone new. We joke about that wedding being cursed. People keep asking if I regret how I handled it, if I should have tried harder to fix things. Honestly, my only regret is not leaving after the first week in the garage. Because here's what I learned. If someone punishes you for refusing to take blame for something you didn't do, they don't respect you. And if they don't respect you, they don't love you. Not really. I'd rather be alone than with someone who treats me like that. The garage taught me that. So yeah, I slept in my garage for 2 months because my wife demanded an apology I wouldn't give. Then I left. Best decision I ever made. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.